Welcome back to episode 15 of 4D, Def's Daily Dose of Dota. I'm your host, Michael Deficit Plumley, and today we're looking at a game from Star Ladder Star Series Season 10 Offline LAN Finals between Evil Geniuses and Team is Secret, and today we're focusing on Arteezy. Everyone's favorite American mid, USA, US. He's Canadian. Who cares? Today, though, is featuring a game where Arteezy is playing the Lycan, not on mid. He was looking at facing Death Prophet, so instead, the drafter PPD switching things up, pulling out a puck for EG Fear, leaving Lycan to go into the safe lane to farm away. We're going to hop into the mid game and see how he continues his farming, the strategy he uses for securing kills, and look at a bit at his itemization and his positioning in fights. Let's hop back into the game. When we left off from part 1, Arteezy had secured the first Aegis to the Immortal. He has his Vladimir's Offering, the aura that buffs the carry who provides auras, like Howl and Feral Impulse. And we see him picking up a Necromicon. That's going to help him not only with the intelligence and strength, but providing those push heroes, or push minions, as we would call them, to help complement the Lycan, Wolf, and his own DPS. We see him quickly tearing apart this bottom tower.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
As Team is Secret look to push into the mid lane, but instead will snake up, occupy the jungle, and just farm up a bit more. Arteezy, though, continuing to split push. He's going to port back to the tier 2 now. Deliver out the rank 2 Necromicon that he chose not even to use because he was continuing to farm.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And instead, even with heroes in his jungle, he's going to continue focusing on increasing his net worth. And now, he's using the ultimate. We're going to take a quick pause because I wanted to show a brief delay, that 1.5 seconds. Not quite as much of a difference as you do now travel at 650 movement speed. He is traveling to participate in this fight in the top lane. We have Death Prophet being captured by the ultimate of Puck. That Dream Coil. Looking at the ensnare, or the coil duration is 6 seconds, to where that's going to be keeping him in place. And we also see Timbersaw and Earthshaker already en route, with Puppey being pursued. But this episode's about Arteezy. His shapeshift has been popped. It's an 18-second duration. He has 650 move speed. Let's see how he spends his time with this first ultimate fight of the game. Running into lane, immediately going up against Death Prophet. She's going to delay herself for 2.5 seconds. So instead, he chooses to pursue onto the Ogre Magi, claiming a kill. The Wolves now helping to claim a kill on Death Prophet, and immediately using that Howl, get a little extra bonus damage, and killing the Gyrocopter. A double kill going the way for Arteezy. And what's this? An Earthshaker attempting to get away. That is a triple kill coming out for our Lycan. All mostly because he was choosing to rotate away from this bottom lane, not split pushing forever. He came back to mid to pick up his Necro Book, and while farming in the jungle, he knew that this shapeshift 650 move speed would allow him to engage in this fight that was happening at the tier 2 top tower.
Radiant structures are fortified.
We could even look at the recap for that. Arteezy doing the vast majority of damage for his team, but that was a full team fight, even though he was 1 or 2 screens away when the engagement started, resulting in about 900 gold for him. Enough to easily pick up his rank 3 Necromicon. And you see him rotating back to the mid, just continuing to farm. His Aegis has now expired.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Taking a moment to
Radiant's
pause
middle tower has fallen.
and stack the ancient camp. He's summoning more Lycan wolves, just making the best use possible out of his time. Now he'll have 2 camps to kill here, simply because he was aware of the time. It was close to the minute mark, and he backed up. And he'll get about 200 more gold for his trouble, with only 5 or 10 seconds extra of DPS required. That last creep giving 97 gold. He's already up to 1400 again, and that's a rank 3 Necromicon, and another TP scroll coming his way. And just using the Lycan wolves, who are now stealth, to continue scouting, see if anyone was farming in the jungle. But with a 55-second duration and 30-second cooldown, when they die, he's able to instantly summon more. Scouting out in the jungle, he taking a separate path into it. With the rank 3 Necromicon, he can definitely chase, secure a kill.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
But it's the 20-minute mark.
Radiant's
He waits for the
bottom
rune.
tower is under attack.
Now has full bottle charges.
Dire's structures are fortified.
And with the wolves pushing out
Dire's
this
top
lane,
tower is under attack.
he runs in to join them. He's going to have another creep wave here. He sees a fight happening top lane. Exorcism being committed. Arteezy, rank 3 Necromicon,
Radiant's bottom
choosing
tower
to just
is
push
under
a little
attack.
faster. The fortification comes
Dire's
out.
top tower has fallen.
He saw the massive TPs coming in retaliation to defend. But he did not see the 2 extra. But what's that? He has bottle. He has 650 move speed. And he was able to secure a kill on Timbersaw. 1742 damage. Substantial amount. With the Necromicons providing extra aura, providing extra damage. And last will pushing him over the top. While the 650 move speed prevented his death. At a critical time when he did not have that Aegis of the Immortal. So he stays alive. It's 2 to 10. We can look at the graph. Substantially in EG's favor, much like the kill count. And now, his heroes and allies come to join him in the bottom lane.
Gather round.
A Dream Coil will help secure the kill on Earthshaker. And that will elicit a rotation from our position 1 Kuroki. Looking at the net worth, though, he is now significantly behind Arteezy. On the heels of some great split pushing and that triple kill that he earned at the tier 2 top tower.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Speaking of
under
tier 2
attack.
towers, he'll pull out the Howl
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
and help secure another tower for himself. And if you were wondering if Roshan was coming up soon, well, so is EG. They have this timed out. They're going to come in and check, and what's that? Oh, Arteezy. We know you're farming up the enemy jungle, but join us in the Roshan pit. Using the medallion to lower the armor of Roshan, and Arteezy not even needing to pop the ultimate for this, just howling, having the wolves to push out more damage.
Roshan
And he
has
picks up
fallen
his
to the
second
dark.
Aegis of the game. PPD will grab that bottle for him. What a nice ally. And Secret definitely on the back heels of that. The mid lane being pushed out by these familiars. And Arteezy going back to farming. He's at 160 last hits, staying very competitive with Kuroki. And ahead on net worth, as mentioned earlier, thanks to that triple kill. And several towers going way of EG. Just using the wolves to summon, even now with his damage. Picking one of the wolves to run back into his own jungle to scout things out. See where the enemy team is, because he notices they are missing. And while he pushes mid, he does see several members of Secret in their own jungle. Arteezy ports away, but Team Secret porting back to the mid lane. A bit of a dance going on. They don't want to lose that tier 2 mid tower yet, but Arteezy's perfectly happy. Continuing to farm. Now using the shapeshift. This is another ultimate being chosen for Arteezy. And we see the setup being PPD, getting off a weave on 2 heroes here. He has a ward in the background. Let's see how this fight turns out. He has 18 seconds, 650 move speed, substantial more damage with that 1.7 crit multiplier. Let's see how he uses it to his advantage. We're going to slow it down a little bit, because 650 move speed is fast. Will they be able to retreat in time? Death Prophet only has 900 HP. The Necromicons are coming in as well. And Team Secret are in full rout mode, having to expend their drums of the endurance. But what's this? Death Prophet gets away. There's going to be a surround on that Ogre Magi, though, cutting off the attack path. He's at 400 HP. Barely not getting away. Mega kill streak for Arteezy. You'll note that sometimes in situations like that, you do get away at 1 HP. Not today. Arteezy having, you could say a little bit of good luck, but I would say good pursuing skills and good itemization. Perhaps if he didn't have that Vlad's Aura, perhaps if he didn't have the Necromicon, he wouldn't have enough damage to secure the kill. But that's another ultimate being utilized very effectively, securing the kill on Ogre Magi. And now, with the Necromicon and Wolves up, they're able to quickly push in some DPS on this tower. With the help of the Visage Familiars, who also benefit from Howl,
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
the tier 2 mid falls very quickly.
Double damage!
Dire's
And
bottom
Lycan
tower is under attack.
now choosing to port to the top lane, where he can prevent his own tier 2 from falling and continue farming himself. He's picked up several items. It looks like it is that Assault Cuirass coming out, both increasing his attack speed, meaning he'll get that crit multiplier sooner, and not only that, but it is an aura. The bonus 5 armor aura, as well as an armor reduction aura of 5, making both his own creeps that much more tanky, if you'd like to say, but also making all his own creeps doing more damage. And having protected that tier 2 bottom tower, we see him just walk to mid. He still is the Aegis of the Immortal. Now with an Assault Cuirass, he is getting quite big. Net worth, almost 3.6 thousand ahead of the Gyrocopter in the opposing team. And they can choose to push her if they want, using the time to soak up a little bit of XP and gold from their enemy's jungle. And they will breach high ground now. Arteezy has the Lycan. He can be aggressive, the Aegis rather.
Radiant structures are fortified.
He sees the call down. He's backing up. He's being force staffed. We see our heroes back up, not needing to expend the Aegis of the Immortal. We saw several ultimates come out there. Exorcism's now on cooldown. And I think call down was used as well on cooldown. So Lycan just using his ultimate to run away, come into the jungle, and continue pushing. The Wolves will be running to the top lane to push that out. Using that Howl, which is now down to a 35-second cooldown, to get some extra damage. And Arteezy already up to 1,000 gold. He has a Vlad's, he has an Assault Cuirass, Necromicon. He is in commanding position of this game, and he also has not died. 5, 0, and 3 on the board. He's topping the board on hero level, as well as net worth. But with the Aegis reclaimed, he'll know that that'll be another 3 or 4 minutes until Roshan spawns again. All the tier 2 have fallen for Secret, with the exception of this top tower, and that seems to be Arteezy's next target. With his open slot, he will pick up a TP scroll. He knows Fear is pushing out the bottom lane. Universe occupying their jungle, taking up farm. Arteezy will summon new wolves and begin to pressure this last tower. He should expect a significant rotation
Radiant's top tower
from
is under
Secret.
attack.
He sees it coming in. They're moving out on him. And you saw a substantial amount of damage
Radiant's
being
bottom
dealt there.
tower is under attack.
That's the fight recap we wanted. All our heroes were present. 2 were claimed. But space created, you could say. Universe in fear, pushing up to the high ground.
Another one?
Getting a little bit of damage on this tower. But significant gold coming the way of fear. He's picked up his ult stick now, increasing the scepter coil duration. If he does get a multi-hero dream coil, as I think his gem indicates,
Radiant's
triple
bottom
hero
tower
waning
is
rifts.
under attack.
If he adds to that inscribed gem count, that'll be 3 heroes who are more or less ensnared within a certain area for 8 seconds, and they could quickly turn into food for this Lycan. It's the 29-minute mark. Arteezy has taken his first death of the game, but he's still 5-1. He knows he's in fantastic position in this game. He's now at rank 3, level 16, soon to be 17. 60 seconds on shapeshift. And we see another 4 staff coming out for our EG team. Just making sure that Lycan's not caught on the wrong side of a fissure. Caught in the middle of a call down. And he's using the shape shift this time to rotate around. Not sure what he wants to do now. Might just farm up this creep camp as soon as it spawns. And he does that. At rank 3, it's a 60-second cooldown, so that'll be up before the next fight. And he picks up an Ogre Club. Looks like he'll be pursuing a BKB. Knowing that at 2,000 damage and Vladimir's offering providing lifesteal, a large amount of magical damage will be about the only thing that can secure a kill. We see the call down coming, the fight is beginning, and we're going to slow this down. Just to watch him come in, immediately help secure a kill. The fissure blocking our heroes. But he will pop the Necromicons, and that'll be it. Not using shapeshift, doesn't want to chase too much. They were already en route, and 2 kills were already secured. Instead, he'll know he'll be able to save that for a potential high ground breach at the 31-minute mark. He's now pushing out the mid lane. He has familiars in support. He has the Lycan wolves.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As we see him just start to pursue, damage on that tower. His shapeshift is coming out, getting caught by the gyrocopter stun, and instead they're going to choose to back up here. We saw the call down used. Our heroes beginning to retreat. Exorcisms on cooldown. Our heroes coming to the other side, potentially to check Roshan. Instead, just moving into the jungle, getting a little extra farm. That was multiple ultimates committed there. Puck ultimately falling. And Arteezy just continuing to farm. He's a carry. He wants to stay on top of that net worth chart. He would like to get that BKB as soon as possible. The magic damage from Ogre, Magi, the Echo Slam from Earthshaker, even the call down from Gyrocopter could all be negated. And with 650 move speed and a BKB, one fight could quickly end the game for EG. He summons his wolves and brings them along. Using the shapeshift, he saw Simba rotating to this top rune. He would love to pursue here. And those Necromicons helping to ensure that even with invisibility, Arteezy is able to secure a kill, or, in this case, a denial with the Bloodstone charge. But more importantly, Roshan will fall.
Fallen to the dire.
Only a 60-second cooldown on the shapeshift, but that Aegis will be good for 5 minutes. Zai picking up the cheese. And with Timbersaw's Bloodstone charges significantly reduced because of some good awareness and a very clutch ward positioning, EG are in prime position here. It is worth mentioning they were down 2-1 at this point in the series. One more loss from them would have resulted in the tournament being over and them not taking home the lion's share of the prize pool. They are fighting for their tournament lives here. They are fighting for cold hard cash. Shapeshift being used just to continue the farm.
Double deity.
He's still working towards the BKB. 4,000 gold needed. He already has 3,500. Another rotation in the enemy's jungle should secure him the gold needed. Getting very close now. He's up to 300 damage nearly when he does howl. He'll have that when the BKB arrives. Just picking up the illusions that'll help increase his DPS. And with this last camp, he should have enough gold for that BKB. Will he fall to this smoke rotation coming out from the enemies? It looks like Fear will instead. Arteezy thinks better of it. Instead, turning around.
Strange transformation. That worked?
Now having that BKB on the way. As well as that refresher coming out for EG Universe. 2.7 seconds times 2. 5 seconds of stun. Everyone sitting around will be more than enough time for Lycan to secure some very key kills. And with the 35-minute mark, that BKB is on the way. Wards as well. We are going to choose to take a break. That's what I would consider the end of the mid-game. It's 35 minutes in. Our Lycan is getting very big Assault Cuirass. Vladimir's offering. He has an Aegis, and with a BKB coming soon, he will be ready to fight. He will be emboldened by the Weave ability coming out for Dazzle, a Refresher coming out for our Tidehunter, and then Ult Stick coming out for Puck will make it very difficult to run away from this Lycan in the coming fight. When we come back, we'll see the thrilling conclusion to this game, Episode 15 of Def's Daily Dose of Dota. We'll be back after this relaxing music break.